This is the plaintiff, Nina Kinjano. She says she vacated the defendant's apartment and personally scrubbed the tubs, vacuumed the floors, the appliances, you name it. She scrubbed it. The defendant's acting like a typical landlord, claiming she left a mess, caused damages when she didn't, and is not returning her security deposit. She thinks the judge will side with her, and she's suing for the return of the $1,375.25 she's owed. This is the defendant, Robert Newton. He says once he did the walkthrough, he discovered many problems with the place, had them all fixed and cleaned, and sent her the remaining security as required by the letter of the law. He says the plaintiff's barking up the wrong tree, claiming she's owed a full refund, and believes the judge will agree. He is accused of not being fair.
Okay, Nina Quijano? Yes. You are suing Robert Newton for $1,375.20, a balance of the security deposit that he refuses to repay to you, correct?
Correct.
Tell me what's going on.
My children and I moved in there in October of 2008. I was previously a homeowner. I owned a home down the block, and after my divorce, I was forced to sell my home. I didn't want to disrupt the kids anymore, so even though the rent was...
How many kids?
2 boys.
What ages?
They're currently 18 and 15 now, so when I moved in, they were a little younger.
And it was, what, a year and a half ago?
Next month will be 2 years.
Okay.
I didn't want to disrupt them any further with schools or neighborhoods or anything, and Mr. Newton was gracious enough to agree to allow me to bring my dog.
So then what happens?
We lived there. Everything was fine. We lived there for 20 months. No problems to report, really. And then I decided to move. And according to the terms and agreement of my lease, Mr. Newton required 60 days' notice. I provided him a letter in writing notifying him that I was moving out, and everything was fine. About 3 weeks prior to the actual move, my lease ended June 30th. I approached him at the beginning of June to coordinate my moving, letting him know that I was actually vacating the premises a little earlier on June 24th. And at that point, I said I'd like to do a walkthrough in the apartment and make sure everything's fine so I can get my money. And he said, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that, I won't be available. He said, I have 60 days to review the apartment according to the terms of our lease. To my remiss, that was the case in the lease. Shame on me for not being more thorough. So I was forced to leave and wait the 60 days.
Had you had a good relationship with him for the 20 months that you were living there?
No, everything was fine.
Okay, why did you keep did you keep the whole thing?
No, he refunded me less $1,375.20.
How much was your security deposit?
I gave him $4,000.
Really? Your security deposit was that big? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So he returned a check to you in the amount of what?
$2,624.80.
You cashed that, right?
Yes, I did.
May I see the check? $2,624.80, and he deducted $1,375.20 for what he said were the following damages. The letter's not dated. Periodic are mutually agreed upon lease also specifically address the following. Item 7, periodic professional carpet cleanings and 1 professional carpet cleaning upon termination of the lease. Okay. Do you have the lease?
Yes, I do.
Here, I have a copy of it. I'm sorry. Did you have the carpets professionally cleaned when you left?
No, I did not.
Okay. Since this was not done, I had it done at a cost of $420. Item 8, paint. Tenant was to paint the apartment upon surrender to make it as it was when occupancy began. Let's see, item 8. You actually agree to paint it regardless of how long you lived there?
No, because I disagree with the terms of the lease. In item 8, it says on one line that I'm supposed to return the apartment in the condition that it was received, minus any normal wear and tear, which is what I did.
Okay. Now, I see where she agreed to having the carpets professionally cleaned. So I understand that. Where in the paint section does it say that she has to paint it when she leaves?
Yes, it says the tenant was to paint the apartment upon surrender and make it as it was when she left. Isn't that what it says?
Where does it say that?
Well, let me look.
Yeah.
It says landlord will paint
I know it
portions-
says restore to the same condition. That's the law. Where does it say she will paint the apartment when she leaves? Just like, you know, where it talks about the carpeting, it says she will have it professionally cleaned upon exiting. Does it say she will paint upon exiting? Because I don't see it, and if I'm mistaken, I just want you to point it out to me.
I honestly don't see that either.
It's not there. Okay. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Okay.
All right, talk to me. Why did you keep $1,375.20?
I have pictures here of the damage that you'll see in the apartment.
Okay.
And I have pictures. Many of these pictures show damage done by a dog to the doors when it tried to scratch and get out.
Okay.
And to show you that it's not normal wear and tear, those pictures, and these are a bunch of parties that took place. I went on Facebook and downloaded some pictures and saw a bunch of parties going on, smoke machines.
Man, Facebook makes the world go round. I try to teach my kids all the time this.
The smoke machines, the
So
drinking.
you went on Facebook, on whose Facebook? Her kids' Facebook? How did you go on Facebook and get pictures of a party at their house?
Those pictures got spread a lot through the neighborhood and community.
So you know somebody who's friended their friend who friended their friend who somehow got access to her teenagers.
That's correct.
When will our children learn?
Never.
Okay,
It's going to bite them in the behind. I hope your kids are watching right now. It'll bite them in the behind in job interviews. It'll bite them in the behind at school. It'll bite them in the behind when they want to go to college. And now it may bite, I haven't seen it yet, it may bite you in the behind when you're suing to get a security deposit back.
So can the landlord use these Facebook pictures of the kids?
Yeah, absolutely. It's evidence. It's admissible. As a landlord, I would absolutely use pictures on Facebook. It's a public realm. It's public information.
Is that right? He's saying it's public.
I disagree. It's like using someone's Facebook if you're hiring them for a job. It's unfair. That's their personal information.
Interesting. Interesting. Going inside the courtroom.
This is what, the inside of her door?
I can't see those pictures from here, but that is the inside of the master bedroom door, yes.
That's just peeled paint,
Why would paint peel after 20 months?
because the dog scratched on it.
Right, okay.
But the dog, the paint, but the paint itself was,
That's
the door
what I'm
itself,
trying to establish, okay.
the door itself was not damaged. It just needed to be repainted.
Okay, let's go to the parties. Have you seen these or no?
I've seen them. He brought them to my attention.
Who did?
Mr. Newton, he
tenant
lives
did, okay.
downstairs, just so you know. So
Picture
apparently
shows
one night,
parties that did damage. Why would that party have done a damage? I see a DJ DJing. I see some kids. Ooh, can't tell whether that's a Bud Light or a soda. We're not going to show these. Your kids are 18 and 15 now, right? We're not
No.
going to show these pictures.
There's also a DJ with plenty of kids there and a smoke machine.
How do you know? I'm sorry, this kid who's holding the can, how do you know this is a can of liquor? That's your premise, right? That it was underage drinking. So how do you know that?
I know because there were, on different occasions, times when I had to help him up the stairs or down the stairs or into another car.
Who?
So her elder son.
Up the stairs or down the stairs or into another car? Tell me
Because
the
he
into
couldn't
another
walk
car.
himself. Number one, I
Where
didn't
was
want.
Mom?
Mom was away skiing for the weekend with her boyfriend.
And the kids were left behind?
That's correct. It happened fairly
And
often.
the party, were the parties when Mom wasn't there?
That's correct.
And I can see that the can is a can of Bud Light. Okay, well, this shouldn't be going on. And if it is going on, it certainly shouldn't be publicized because these kids are going to have a problem in the future. And you need to talk to them about two things. Number one, underage drinking.
oh, I have.
Number two, the respect that they have for you and your rules when you're gone. Let me see the bills that you incurred, please. When was the place last painted?
I painted immediately when she moved in or right before she moved in.
Right before she moved in, it was painted.
And then
Do you
she
have
called-
receipts to show that or no?
I actually did that work myself. So it was in very good shape when she got it.
Based on what I've looked at, there's a couple of things going on. You need to read what you sign before you sign it because there's a lot of things you didn't realize were in here that are clearly in here. One of them is he had 60 days to decide about how much he was going to be returning to you because you were shocked and appalled about that. So you should know that. It shouldn't be shocking and appalling. And the other one is that it says specifically that you will carpet clean upon termination of the lease because you are saying, well, Judge, 400 and something bucks to 420 bucks, a carpet clean's a lot. Well, then take care of it before you leave. That's one. Two, we've already talked about how you need to know what goes on in your house. But I don't know that there's nothing in the pictures showing me anybody destroying property.
Oh.
Frankly, I think the dogs, your children may have destroyed your trust because they're teenage boys, but I think the dog is really the culprit on the door. I think that's pretty clear. Your kids weren't clawing to get out of your bedroom, I hope. So when you say, it's in there, isn't it? You know what is in here because you read this soup to nuts before you walked in here, and you know it doesn't say, regardless of how it looks, you must paint the place before you go. The tenant didn't agree to that. So you're left in the same position every other landlord is in, which is that normal wear and tear is not included in your deal. What you do get a right to is things that aren't normal wear and tear, okay? So I am going to look at the damage to the door. I'm with you. Absolutely, that door needs painting. And maybe some spackling or wood putty or whatever it is. There's no question about that. But the $900, almost $1,000 that you deducted for her to paint the whole apartment, no, that's not going to happen. I am going to allow you to deduct from her security deposit the $420 of the carpet cleaning, a $200 allowance for the painting, for a total of $620, which means that in addition to what you have already sent her, which you cashed, right? You owe her an additional $756. Verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff will collect some more of that security deposit. Here's the defendant. The landlord, step right over here. Turn this way. The other way around? What's your reaction to this outcome here?
Well, I think there were some issues that were not looked at, but generally speaking, I'm pleased.
You thought you can get away with that, telling her that the painting part was in the lease?
I think I got a little stressed out and didn't read the whole thing just now, but it was clear when she and I spoke that she was to return the apartment in the same way that it was given to her.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right down this way. Come on in here. And you satisfied how this comes out? You got some more back.
Yes, I did. I would have liked to have gotten more, but I'm all about being fair, and what's right is right. I would have liked to have gotten more back on the carpet cleaning because that was an astronomical amount, but Judge was right. I should have had a receipt or taken care of it myself.
How do you like seeing your kids' activities on Facebook like that?
I was made aware of that by him prior to that, and of course I'm very upset. I hope I've addressed the situation and it won't happen to them any longer, but...
What'd you say to them?
Oh, they heard an earful from me.
All right. Harvey, what do you got?
Okay, if there's nothing in the lease about replacing the carpet, it all comes down to normal wear and tear. That a tenant doesn't have to pay, say, if the tenant's in the apartment for years and years. Carpets only have a certain lifespan, and at a point they're worthless, and you depreciate it the longer the tenant lives there. So the landlord has to accept that there is going to be normal wear and tear, and when the tenant moves out, a long-term tenant especially, the landlord can't dock the security deposit.